What's up, fam? How y'all doing? Coffee time. Hope you're all having a great day and nobody's being affected by the weather or anything like that, and everybody's staying healthy. Because we got a virus going on. Everybody's talking about it. Which, I mean, it's a big thing. I mean, I'm sure the flu was like this when it first came out. You know, it was an epidemic, it was affecting everybody, people were getting sick, people were dying, etc. But I mean, they had to find a cure for it, or at least a flu shot. That's where the flu shot came from. So I mean, possibly they're gonna get a cure for this one, or another flu shot for this. They said go get a flu shot and things you can do to prevent from contracting it. However, man, I don't know. Seeing all these cases popping up and everything like that. People are getting sick. It was the guy in Iran that was like covering it. He just got exposed to it. One of the top officials in Iran that was like trying to contain it in Iran or something. He ended up contracting it. But I mean, man, what can you do? You know, they're saying the face masks don't even work, so I don't know. Anyways, welcome to Coffee Time, where my videos only last as long as my coffee does. And yeah, I know I've been gone for a little bit. However, a lot of things have been happening, so that's why I've been out of the loop and not making any videos. My wife and I, we got burglarized. We got robbed. All of our wedding stuff got stolen. It was a really crazy event. I went up to the storage unit to go and grab some boxing gear, actually, because I was going to make a video in January, because it had been 10 years since I won the Golden Gloves. And I was just going to talk about that time. As a matter of fact, I guess I can do that now. I was going up there to get my gloves and everything to do a video. And yeah, I ended up seeing the door was busted. And I was like, oh no. So I looked around and all the other units were busted. And I was like, shit. Opened up my door and all of our stuff was just thrown everywhere. My equipment for my business was thrown everywhere. All of our wedding gifts were taken. They didn't take any of my equipment for the business, thank goodness. If they did, you know, I haven't recognized what they took. But we had everything really organized in our unit. We had a pretty big unit, and everything was stacked up to the ceiling. They threw everything everywhere. And then they ended up taking one of my CPR bags with my dummies in it, and they filled that up with all of the stuff that we had from our wedding. It really sucked. Because what we planned on doing was taking all that new, all the new plates and utensils, and we got like Keurig, and we got Ninja, we got a bunch of stuff, electronics and stuff like that we're just putting away, so when we moved out of this apartment and we got a house, you know, we could just start with all new items and equipment. Unfortunately, it's not going to happen. You know, it was really crazy and puzzling to me that the apartment complex, you know, they got cameras everywhere, but they don't got cameras in some of the most important spots, like our storage units. Whoever hit the storage unit, like, hit all the floors. We're on the first floor. Our storage unit's on the fourth, and they hit every floor, every unit. And like, they must have taken like a crowbar or something to pry it open, because they damaged, man. And I'm like, how could nobody realize this? And like, how long ago did this happen? I'm sure everybody that lives in apartment complexes, you know, y'all had similar experience of something happening, you know, car burglarized, the apartment burglarized. I'm just glad I'm just glad that we still had stuff in there and they didn't break into the apartment, you know. We live in a really nice apartment. It shouldn't be like this. Like they're luxury apartments. But back to, let me show y'all guys. So, here's my Golden Glove trophy from 2009. Yeah. Or I guess it's been longer than 10 years. Gosh, it's going on 11 now. Wow. But, yeah, man, I got this. I had so much fun training for this. A funny story, let me tell you how I got it. So, I was training for the Golden Gloves. I was just doing boxing to lose weight because I had just moved back from Austin. And, you know, I'm a little guy. I'm about 5 feet exact, maybe 5'1". But I was at 156 pounds. I had let myself go. I had been a gymnast my entire life, and I had never been at that weight. So when I came back from Austin after I lost my place up there, I decided to try to get back in shape, and I went to the gym to do gymnastics. It just was not happening. I mean, I had a belly, and, you know, oh my gosh, it was crazy. Me and my teammates, my old teammates, were like, dude, you let yourself go? What happened? So I got into boxing, and I tell you what, the Stairmaster is amazing. If you're trying to lose weight or anything, I recommend the Stairmaster. Just get on that bad boy for 15 to 20 minutes. You know, trying to go at the highest level you can, level 12, if you can get there. You know, that'd be like a good goal after 3 weeks of doing it. But I'm telling you right now, if you do the Stairmaster for 3 weeks, you're gonna melt everything off you like you're a candle. It's a really, really great piece of equipment and great exercise. Build up cardio and everything else. But about this, how I got that was I was training, and, you know, when I'm sparring with guys, there was nobody in my weight class training at the gym at the time. So I had to go up against big guys. And you know what? That really helped me out because it built up my confidence. You know, when I'm in there, I felt like, okay, if I'm going to fight a guy my size, I've already fought guys 3 times as big as me, you know. Oh, well. So first sparring match I remember I ever had, I was in the ring with a big dude. And, you know, he's, you know, they got to punch down and stuff, so they're kind of at a disadvantage with me. And I was bending my knees, I was getting low, and my coach was like, go! And I knew what go meant. That meant like go. And I started, and man, I hit him in the nuts like 50 times. He was like, oh, my nuts. It's not my fault though. It's like how low I was, you know. Pop, 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 uppercut, everything, hook, right to the nuts. It was great. That was funny. So that was the first time sparring. Then finally got some guy in there that, you know, I could spar with and around my weight class. It was second time. Okay, so I wasn't really used to it. And I mean, he peppered me up, dude, where my nose was swollen. I was bleeding. They had to get the doc over there to look at it and stop it. But before, you know, I tagged him one good time, and that's all it took, man, because he fell back, and I kept following and jabbing and jabbing. I would say the majority of the rounds he won, except for the round where I tagged him really good and he had to take a knee. So I was second time sparring and training. Throughout the it was like 4 or 5 months I trained. And throughout the 4 or 5 months, multiple guys, it just got better and better and better, where I was facing the bigger guys and I was tagging them. Just with not all my power, but just tagging them with the jab, and they'd come back with a nice shiner on their eye. And then there was a sparring match before the gloves where I felt really confident because the guy I was sparring against, you know, when I'm boxing or I'm doing mixed martial arts, I'm not looking at your face. I don't want you to see my eyes and where I'm looking. So I'm covered up really good, and where I'm looking is just from, you know, chin to chest. I want to see movement. You know, I know where they're going in there. I know how to move my body around. You know, and I'm a little guy, so I'm really low too, and I'm coming up with my punches, using my legs to hit them and stuff. And the last sparring match before the gloves was great. I was like, oh, I'm ready. So we get into the Golden Gloves, first day of it. It was my birthday weekend, actually. Like, I won this bad boy on my freaking birthday, 21 years old. My coach had my trainer had a big bottle of Jack Daniels for me, and that night I went home and downed that with my girlfriend, and shouldn't have done that because it put me in the hospital for a week. Like, it was bad. And then a few weeks after the Golden Gloves, I hit a tree with my car, and they didn't want me to box until I saw a neurologist. And the neurologist, when I went to see him, he actually talked me out of boxing anymore. So that's why I don't box or do mixed martial arts anymore. I've had multiple injuries, mainly getting them from mixed martial arts. Like I tore my ACL doing mixed martial arts, my bicep tore doing mixed martial arts. So yeah, boxing was so much better and less injuries. But I weighed in at 112 pounds to win this. And I had to weigh in at 114. So every time I weighed in, I had to go eat. They would tell me, hey, you're underweight, you have to go eat something. And, when we're up there weighing in, it's everybody that's competing. And you're in your underwear, and that's it. They got to make sure you're not putting any weights in or anything like that. And, I'm not as good as in shape as I was then. Like, I was in really awesome shape. I was probably at my peak. Like 114 pounds, and just jacked. And I'm waiting up there to weigh in, and they tell me I have to go eat something. I go eat something. I come back to weigh in. I weigh in at 114 pounds. First day, first round. Guy shakes my hand and says, "Congratulations, you won your match." I'm like, "What the hell are you talking about? I won my match." He's like, "Yeah, the guy, he's not gonna fight you. He already pulled out. That he don't want to fight you." I was like, "Oh my gosh!" So next day comes. And me and my girlfriend go check out some of the fights, enjoyed them and stuff. And I gotta weigh in again. I'll weigh in at 112. I have to go eat something. I go to a Chinese food restaurant where I was, and I got my sesame chicken. I got my fried rice, and came back and weighed in. And again, the second opponent shook my hand, said, "Hey, you don't have to fight him. He doesn't want to fight you. He's backing out of the fight." I'm like, oh my gosh, I've been training for 6 months. Why is this happening? So get to the third, final day. I go and watch the guy that I'm supposed to fight next, okay? He won his match. Like, he did a good job. I go and weigh in. I gotta go eat something. I come back after eating something. I weigh in at 114 pounds. The guy shakes my hand and he says, "Congratulations, you've won your first Golden Gloves." I won my first Golden Gloves. And I'm like, how did I win my first Golden Gloves? And he's like, "The dude doesn't want to fight you." That guy went 2 fights already. And he didn't want to finish the competition. Like, how are you going to go 2 fights in and then not want to finish the competition? Well, my trainer told me, he's like, "Dude, you're 5 feet tall and you look like Arnold Schwarzenegger." If I said his name right, I hope I did. Okay, we all know who that is, Terminator. I'll be back. And, it just hit me. I was like, damn, I guess so, But yeah, that's how I got this thing, I just had to train really hard and get really big and buff and fast, and nobody wanted to fight me. So, 2 weeks after, or 3 weeks after I got out of the hospital, another 2 weeks passed, and I was supposed to take my, at that time, girlfriend to a dance, and I went to go pick her up, and I ended up passing out at the wheel. Some odd reason, I don't know. I just remember I was at a red light. Light turned green. I hit the gas. I passed out. I hit a tree. My car, almost did a 360. They said I hit the tree going about 55 or 60. I was really lucky to be alive, because when I came to, steering wheel's right here. I hit my head on it or something. And then I turned, and a whole bubble of my windshield and everything is like right there. And I'm like, whoa, what's happening? I didn't remember where I was going, what I was doing. I just got out of my car. I'm like, how did I get here? I felt like I was waking up from a dream. And then I got out of the car, and there were some policemen already there. And, you know, they're like, hey, you need to sit down. Well, I was really disoriented. I was like, what is going on? Why is my car like this? And I'm like, hey, you had an accident. And I was like, apparently I had an accident. But after I didn't sit down, because I was trying to figure everything out, I didn't know where I was going. I didn't know how I got there. The police officers came and tackled me. Sugar Land, Texas police officers came and tackled me. I just had a horrible accident. No telling if any bones are broken or anything. They just came and tackled me. And why did they tackle me? The paramedic that was looking at my car saw my boxing training bag in the back of my car. And that paramedic came running at the police saying, he's a boxer, like that has anything to do with it. Well, the police can't figure how the hell I'm walking around. My car is like total, and they're like, why the hell is this guy walking around? Like, how the hell is he walking around? So they figure I'm on drugs. They're like, oh, he must be on drugs. So a bigger officer that was one of the first guys there on the scene came over and grabbed me to sit me down. I didn't know what the heck was going on. I got a little scared, and I picked him up, and I put him down on the ground. Big dude. Like, I picked him up, and I slammed him. I said, don't touch me, okay? I didn't slam him like super hard or anything. I just like let his feet go from under him, put him on his back, and like kind of got away. That's all I did. I mean, I didn't know. I didn't know what was going on, and I didn't know he was going to do that. And in my opinion, I don't think he should have put his hands on me at all. Paramedics, different story. But him, no, not at all. So once that happened, I got hit from the left, the right, and from behind. Firefighters, officers, all holding me down. And I'm like, what are y'all doing? Like, what are y'all doing? Like, I'm holding myself. What are y'all doing? And they wouldn't stop. They were hitting me. They were kneeing me in the side of my leg. They were kneeing me in the side of my body. And they were trying to pull my arms from here to get them, behind me, just to cuff me. Well, paramedics are there, and they're yelling at me while they're holding me down. And one of the paramedics is like, you need to do this and this and that. And I'm like, I'm pissed. I grab the paramedic and I pull him to my face and I said, what do you mean I need to do this, this, and that? I just had an accident and y'all guys are attacking me. He stopped. He had an aha moment. And he's like, oh my gosh, this guy's right. This guy's right. I was talking fine. I wasn't belligerent in any way. I was getting ready to take my girlfriend to a dance, like a Lindy festival thing at a Jewish community center, just to get out and do something cool. And they tackled me. They ended up duct taping me to the stretcher, to the board. They duct taped me, and both of my shoulders popped out of socket. That's how hard they duct taped me. The paramedic in the ambulance is looking. He's like, oh man. The guy was yelling at me that I grabbed. He's like, oh man, we shouldn't have done this. This was wrong. And I'm like, yeah, it's wrong. Like, can you help me? My shoulders have popped out of socket and it hurts really bad. So he calls one of the officers on there, and they don't even bother to cut the duct tape. He just starts yanking on my arms. And then he goes, oh, I can't get it out. I can't get his arms out. So they're just going to have to stay popped out of socket. My shoulders were popped out of socket all the way to the hospital. When I got to the hospital, they cut the tape, and I kind of flung my arms up, and they popped back into socket. Oh my gosh, they had already cut my nice clothes and everything. I didn't even want to go to the hospital. I just wanted to go home. I refused to go, and they're like, if you don't go to the hospital, you're going to jail. I'm like, going to jail? Like, I don't want to go to jail. So I go to the hospital, I get a $16,000 bill, the ambulance ride. An ambulance ride I refused to take. And bad thing is my girlfriend got a bad feeling and she drove up on the scene. And her brother was one of the firefighters on the scene. And he even told her, like, oh man, we messed up. We shouldn't have done all this. And, you know, that's kind of where the story ends. I never, like, went and pursued to sue them or, you know, anything like that. Probably could have had a really strong case. I mean, I just didn't know where to go with that. And anyways, these days, you gotta have money to do that kind of stuff. You know, you pay a good lawyer like $600 an hour. That all adds up. And I mean, it's not worth it sometimes, you know, at the end of the day. Do I wish I would have done something? Oh yeah, I wish I did. Because now looking back on it all, it was just terrible and crazy. But yeah, that was the whole Golden Gloves experience. An awesome experience, except for everything that happened afterwards. But that's what's been up. I got we got broken into. I didn't make any videos for a little bit. I lost my job, so I started going out and trying to do other things like Uber and Favor. Don't do that stuff, guys. I mean, it's okay, but it's not good in the long run, just to be honest. You're spending so much time and money on gas and tolls and stuff like that for Uber. Favor, you're picking up stuff, you're not getting tipped, and it's horrible. People are not, you know, they don't care. They're like, oh, you paid for the service. They don't care about the person doing it. So I talked with my wife for a little bit, and I used to own my own company in 2012. Hurricane Harvey came, flooded it out, messed everything up. So we decided that it'd be good if I, you know, restarted that venture. Like it was just taking a little bit of a break, because after Harvey came, I took my insurance money. It was my last year for my lease, and I decided to ask my wife to marry me, and we moved away from that area and just kind of started all over. And it took me 2 years to decide that I was going to open my business back up, and I'm really, really happy I did, because, you know, working for the man, that's the dark side, you know, Darth Vader, Darth Maul, all those guys. And it can take a toll on you, especially if you're not happy doing what you're doing. You have no passion for what you're doing. You're just doing it to get a check. And that really takes a toll on you. Depression, everything starts weighing in. So I'm really happy that my wife convinced me, and she's been 100% with me, to start that venture back up. And it's been going well. It's going well. 3 weeks into it, it's going well. I'm making some money. I'm paying the rent. It's good. Just sky's the limit, right? But you know, I want to give a shout out to my friend Sean, Mr. Dennis. How you doing, dude? Hope you're doing good. Check out some of your videos that you've been posting lately. Awesome, man. Keep it all up. To everybody out there that's you know, just enjoying the day. If you're here in Houston, Texas, there's a lot of hot pool playing going on. Brutal Game Gear. Shout out to you guys. You make some awesome apparel and cues, and are just awesome part of the pool world. And I just want to say thank you, because y'all just keep on trucking, and y'all are doing more and more and being very innovative. Shout out to another pool player, inventor, Thomas Van Eck. He's created the IQ ball, and as a matter of fact, that ball is awesome training ball. If you like pool or billiards, you've never been into it, get the IQ, invest in it. It's a great investment. You know, I want to also give a shout out to what is it? It's Sneaky Pete Mafia. It's a magazine. It's a pool magazine. Another innovative person that's behind that, and And he's making a lot of coverage over the pool world and the pool community, and he's doing a fantastic job at it. Thomas, keep it up, dude. Let's see. Other than that, I don't got too much more to talk about with coffee time. I got a little bit of coffee in here. Please like and subscribe to the channel. I forgot all about all that. But if you made it this far into the video and you've been entertained a little bit, please. If not, let me know what I can do. What can I talk about to pique your interest? That would really help me out. Other than that, guys, done with my coffee. Thanks for listening. Keep it real.